Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So as you know, I've been working on this 190 XT here for a customer. His tranny and brakes were shot, so I had a good rear end out there that I unbolted his motor from his rear end and bolted his motor up to this good rear end, and then swapped his rear tires onto this rear end, and then I had to swap his entire platform onto this rear end to get all the paint to match. But now I need to put a clutch in it. I've already received all of the seals and gaskets and the brand new pressure plate and clutch disc. So all I need to do now is get it split and get the flywheel out of there, take it to the machine shop and get it resurfaced. But I've been busy trucking and doing other stuff that I ain't had time to get it split back apart. So that's what I'm gonna do here real quick, is try to get this split back apart and get the flywheel out of there to get it sent off to the machinist, and then get a new clutch put in this thing and give her a good wash and tell the owner to come pick it up. So I guess I'm gonna set you guys on the tripod, and all the lines and everything are already unhooked because I had to swap platforms and whatever. So all that's already unhooked, but I have to take the 4 bolts down here out, and then these 4 bolts, 2 on each side, and then splitter, get the flywheel out of there. So shouldn't take too long. So I'll set you guys on the tripod and get to work. So I got it split, as you guys seen in the time lapse. It didn't take too long at all. I just split it far enough to get in there, because this is what I'm after right here. This is what the flywheel is. And this piece right here is the pressure plate, and then in between both of these pieces is the clutch disc. So what I need to do to get the flywheel off there is I need to take all the bolts out around this pressure plate. Pressure plate will come out, and then the clutch disc will fall out too. And then there's four bolts holding the flywheel on there, and then it'll come out of there. And then there's a seal in there, right in there, that I got. I got a new throwout bearing, I got a new input shaft bearing, and then a gasket for the rear in there. Input shaft seal, that's what that one is. And throwout bearings and so forth. So I guess I'll set you guys back on the tripod and get this flywheel off there. Just like that, got the flywheel, pressure plate, clutch disc off there. So here's the flywheel. Take it to the machine shop and they grind off right here and in here. And if there's a bunch of cracks and whatnot in here, then your flywheel is junk. This one looks pretty good, even though it's quite oily. I think honestly this tractor had way too much oil in it, and it was letting it, or the rear main seal's junk, and it was letting it into the clutch area. But some other parts I got was a wear sleeve. When you do a clutch, you want to just go through everything while you're splitting the tractor, put all new in. So I got the wear sleeve, this bearing in here, even though it seems pretty good, and yeah, the throwout bearing, the input shaft seal, and the rear main seal. But yeah, as you guys can see, it's draining when I took the flywheel out. So yeah, but I pulled the dipstick and it's pretty full. So Could be because it's sitting low too, but here's the clutch disc here, and the pressure plate there, which is the pressure plate. I got a new one because it was all cracked. Tons of cracks in it. So I got a brand new one of these for the customer. But other than that, I'm gonna get that flywheel taken to the machinist, get all these seals swapped, and wait to get that flywheel back, and then we're ready to put it back together and finish this tractor up for the customer. But I might do a price breakdown here at the end of this video. Give you guys a rough estimate of what a clutch job costs. But if you're gonna put new seals in your tractor, do not use any aftermarket seals. Use all AGCO gaskets and seals, as all the aftermarket ones are junk. As we've been through many of tractors and have found that out. So just keep that in mind when you're working on your stuff. As long as it's an Allis anyways, make sure to go to your local AGCO dealer and get them AGCO seals. But I guess I'm set you guys down for now, get this flywheel off, and once I get it back from the machine shop, I'll pick you guys back up and get started on this project again. All right guys, so it's been a couple weeks since I worked on this thing. I've been pretty busy, so I had my dad throw the clutch in this tractor for me. So he put the new input shaft seal in, new throwout bearing. Sorry you guys can't see very well, it's first thing in the morning. And then got the new pressure plate, flywheel, and clutch disc on there, so it's ready to go back together. Oh yeah, and a new rear main seal. All the seals are AGCO seals. I'd recommend buying AGCO, spend the extra money. So I guess I'm gonna set you guys on a tripod now and get this thing slapped back together and see if we can't get it going today. So set you guys on a tripod and get to work. Got the tractor running finally. Forgot to turn the sediment bowl on, both sediment bowls on underneath the platform, because I had to switch platforms as you guys saw in a previous video. So forgot to turned sediment bowls back on, and then one of the sediment bowls leaked, so got it tightened up, stopped leaking, had to pressurize the tank to get fuel up to the injection pump. Finally got fuel up to it, fired right up. Sounded like I had a little miss, but I don't think I had that when it came in here. So got it running and drove it on in the garage here, since it's a lot warmer in here. And we had a few leaks to address. So this line right here was leaking, which it goes to the bottom of the pump. I got it tightened down real good, so hopefully it don't leak no more. This oil cooler line was leaking. It was loose, which I ain't even touched it. So I tightened it. Hopefully it stopped leaking. And then on the other side, we had a fuel leak. Well, kind of. Fuel's leaking out of this. Just needs a new washer in there, which I'm going to put a new one in there and get that addressed. And then there's this little line right here from the hydraulic filter housing, pumping oil into the belly, the inner tube or torque tube, whatever you want to call it, which is right here. I need to take both lines off because they're both snapped, and make a line to run from there to here. Brake line should be fine, and we can get that leak addressed because it was leaking pretty good. And then got the drawbar and the turquoise drawbar hanger off of there because the tractor did not come in with a drawbar on it, so I'm gonna keep my drawbar. So I got it pulled and that addressed. Other than that, I think it is time to put some sheet metal back on it, such as the hood. It didn't come in with any platform pieces, so it's gonna stay like this when it leaves. His PTO lever is not gonna work because this is an older rear end. So it just has the pull-up rod instead of this nice fancy lever. You gotta pull up and push down to turn it. PTO on and off. That rod you push forward and backwards, so it's not gonna work on this rear end, which is a shame because that's real nice. But so I gotta take that back off and put one of them pull rods in, and that should be ready to go. But other than that, change the rear end fluid and filters, and should be able to get this tractor back to him here next couple days. So big snowstorm coming, hopefully anyways, on Thursday and Friday. So I'm gonna try to get a few things here in the garage to do. This tractor is gonna get pushed back outside for this evening. I'm gonna put the skid loader back in here because the tracks like to freeze up on a skid loader, and so you spend about an hour and a half of getting them free because all the mud in there. So if you clean them out, I mean, they'll move, but you gotta clean them all out, and that's a struggle. So I'm gonna pull it back in here in a few, but for now I think I'm gonna drive this tractor back outside the garage since we got a few things addressed. Fixed a few minor things here. Hopefully tomorrow. Something is leaking. I just saw it drip. Dripped out of here. Fuel line. I don't know why it's leaking. I haven't touched that. Another thing to address. So, a few minor things here and there to do, but yeah, I'm gonna pull it back outside for now and get a few other things done here this evening before it gets dark. So I guess I'll pick you guys back up when I get back started on this thing, which probably be putting sheet metal on it and whatnot, and getting it ready for the owner to have it back. Got the customer's 190 back up and running and driving. I helped put the muffler and the hood on, and I've been tidying up a few things. Looks like I got the leaks addressed on this side. I just had to braze a line on the other side to stop that leak. Got all the fluids in the rear end changed. Got a PTO rod made here, and made sure the PTO worked. So next step is put a washer, a rubber washer right here because this fuel line's leaking, and then throw the side panels on and tell the customer to come get his tractor. So I've already took it to the road and back, and it runs good. Stood on the brakes, seems to be strong. So yeah, finish up a couple things. It should be ready here this evening before the big snowstorm, and he can come and get it. So I guess I'll send you guys on the tripod, get these side panels on, and fix this fuel line leak over there, and yeah, be ready for this one to leave. Customer 190 is done. Did a trans swap or rear end swap on this tractor and changed the fluids and platform and rear tires and fixed quite a few leaks. But here it is, finally complete after a couple weeks. Got about 30 hours in this project, so should be raring to go come springtime for the customer, for him to be able to use it. PTO and everything else works. I got his top link back on there. My drawbar pulled because his didn't come with a drawbar. And yeah, everything else should be ready to go. Fixed all the leaks I could see. Homemade me a PTO lever, but other than that, it looks like it should be raring to go. So I guess I'll send the customer a message already, and they should be coming to pick it up here this evening. So yeah, this project's done. This video's over. 3-part series or whatever is over now. So I hope you guys enjoyed the little 3-video series on this on the work of this tractor. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button for me. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. I'd appreciate it. And maybe I'll keep fixing up stuff. So I guess stay tuned for the next one, and thanks for watching.